Hi, I'm Jim Womack, President of the Lean Enterprise Institute. I wanted to welcome you to this value stream mapping workshop and share with you a little bit of the background of where this came from and why I think it's so terribly important. The ideas that you're going to learn about are not new. In fact, they were mostly invented by Henry Ford back in the early years of the 20th century. 1913 at Highland Park, he opened a car plant for the Model T, which actually used all of the ideas that we now talk about in the context of value stream mapping. Ford had grown up in a world where you put processes in different places, and the product went to the process. Things moved all around. They didn't go very quickly. Lots of big batches, lots of stopping and starting. And at Highland Park, Henry Ford had a fundamentally revolutionary idea, which was, why don't we line up the activities in process sequence so that the product goes smoothly from beginning to end. Now, we know about the assembly line. That's really not the great breakthrough that Ford made. That's a wonderful breakthrough. But what Ford made his breakthrough in, more importantly, was in the actual fabrication steps: casting, machining, painting, welding, where he lined up all kinds of technologies that didn't normally then and don't normally now live together into one continuous sequence to create flow. And he talked about flow. He called his system flow production back in the early days. Problem was that he just had one product, Model T, came with no options, came in one color, and as long as that's all he had to make, it was very easy to introduce continuous smooth flow. As time went on, he had a wide variety of product, lots of options, lots of colors. Customer demand went up and down and up and down. And gradually, Ford and other manufacturers abandoned the original flow ideas, which were rediscovered after the Second World War by Toyota. Taiichi Ohno, the fellow who put the Toyota production system together, always said, "Learned everything I know from Henry Ford, except I found a way," said Ohno, "to do it with high variety and low volume." Ford could only do it with low variety and high volume. How to create flow and a steady pull of the customer, a voice of the customer all the way through the production system with high variety, low volume. That was the real challenge, and that's what Toyota found out how to do. Toyota people use the method that you're going to hear about, value stream mapping. To them, it's just natural. It's like breathing. For us, because we've not used this language, it seems a bit strange. The idea is to take a product family, to write down all of the steps to go from start to finish, either in a component or for the whole product. You could draw a map all the way from raw material to the customer, but let's be practical and just start at the plant level. Write down all of those steps and ask a very simple question. Which of these are waste? Turns out most of the steps are waste. And which actually create value. The customer really would be willing to pay for that. Then when you've written down those steps, you need to write down the information flow. You've got steps, physical steps going across the bottom of the map. You've got information flow across the top of the map. You put that together, and only when you do that, you have a complete map. Then you ask some very simple questions. Which of the steps can we get rid of? The steps that remain, how can we do them in continuous flow so the product goes smoothly, and only when the customer wants it, at the pull of the customer. So this is a method for drawing yourself a map so you can see that. As we say, so you can learn how to see. So many managers, good managers, hard-working managers, workers, hard-working workers, are in fact blind. They're looking at all the wrong things. They're looking at the machine, they're looking at the organization, they're looking at the plant, the facility, the walls. We need to learn how to look at the product. Customers only interested in the product. This is the tool that permits you to do that. It's a tool that you need to learn, that all of your coworkers need to learn. No point in learning a language that only you can speak. Whole point of a language is everybody speaks it. So this is the start. This is a course that will get you going. Your first course in this new language. I guarantee it will change your life. It'll change your business. If we all do it, it'll change the world. So let's get started.